Good afternoon. This is Jim from Electric Generators Direct, and I am the portable generator expert we have on hand here. Today, I want to go over how to prepare and maintain your generator for hurricane season. Hurricane season, sneaks up on a lot of people, and you definitely want to have your generator up and running and, ready to use when you need it most. So let's dive into it here. First, I want to talk about maintaining your generator. So if you have an existing unit, it's important to first make sure you have fresh fuel. So if you've had fuel or gasoline in your garage for, you use for your lawnmower or haven't used in 2 months, 3 months or so, it's best to dump that fuel and really get some fresh fuel in there and cycle it through. You don't really want your gasoline to sit for more than a month at a time, really. If that it goes bad, it can corrode the carburetor on the generator. So it's best to keep that fuel on hand and cycle it out every so often and make sure you burn through it. You are able to use stabilizer to help elongate the lifespan of the fuel. The common misconception is that if you have fuel in there for about 3-4 weeks, that you can put the stabilizer in to keep it stable. But you really want to put that stabilizer in right when you get the gas out of the tank or the pump from the gas station. So make sure if you are going to be using stabilizer to use it at the point of getting the gas and putting in the tank with it, the gas can, whatever you're going to be putting it in, to make sure that it's going to be stable and fresh for a few months on end so you can use it as needed. Because the last thing you want is to, you have your generator, you do maintenance with it. The issue of why it's not running is going to be with the gas. So make sure to keep up to date with that and cycle in fresh fuel as needed. Next, it's important to keep up with just a regular routine maintenance on the generators. So most portable generators are usually require an oil change and routine maintenance around the 100-hour mark. And when I say routine maintenance, what I'm referring to is oil change the air filter, oil filter, and might not change the spark plugs, but definitely check them. And when in doubt, do change them to make sure it's going to be operable and ready to run when you need it the most. We do sell some maintenance kits on hand for the portable generators. We have a few, not for all the units we sell. We do have a lot more maintenance kits for the standby units, but if we do have them on hand, we'd be more than happy to get them out to you. You can see we have a picture here. It's going to usually consist of the spark plugs, oil filter, air filter, some stabilizer, and the oil itself. So that's going to be nice. It's kind of everything you need, and they're nice to keep on hand, so you don't have to go out looking for them when you need it the most. And finally, I wanted to mention exercising the generator. It's important to routinely get the unit fired up and let it run for a little bit. So even if you buy the unit this time of year and right before hurricane season starts, and you might not need it for the next 3-6 months, or hopefully you don't have to use it, kind of prepare for the worst, hope for the best. But if you do, you really want to make sure you exercise the unit at least once a month. I recommend once a week. But get out there, fire it up, make sure that if it's electric start, the battery's going to be charged, ready to use, and just let it run for a little bit, half hour, and it's best to put a load on it. So when I say that, plug something into it. Let it, whether it's a lamp, tools, whatever you're going to be using, really doesn't matter that much as long as you can just make sure it can, it's going to run under load and it's going to run properly. And again, the theme here is you're going to want it to use it when you need it the most. We've had a lot of customers in the past, they just run the generator and they don't put a load onto it. And then when the time comes and the power is lost and you want to use the $1,000 generator you bought, but it's more of just a lawn ornament than anything because it's not going to do anything for you. So we've had a lot of that with our customers in the past, and don't really want to see that happen there. So make sure to exercise it with a load applied to it, and that's going to be important to make sure. Finally, just kind of want to cover some of the generator accessories we have. So these are the functioning power cords. What I mean by that is, again, if your power cords sit in the garage for a year or two because you haven't had to use them, thankfully, make sure to get those out and make sure they haven't corroded over time. Rodents didn't get to them. They're not frayed because, again, just like everything else, you want to have it up and running when you're going to need it the most. And without a power cord, you're really going to be out of luck there and not be able to do much with your generator. And running out to the store in the time of need, I'm sure I don't have to tell anyone, but it can be hard pressed to find some accessories to your generators when everyone else is scrambling for some. So you kind of want to be ahead of the game and get out there. We have plenty of these on stock. We can come out the door right away. We can even expedite these. So really we can get them out to you, but just make sure you have them and again, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Gen tents. You can see in the picture we have here is going to be a canopy like that. Well, really, it's a tent that covers your unit. So the purpose of these is, a hurricane hits and a storm knocks out your power for however long. It's raining, it's coming down out there, but you don't want to run your generator in the rain and expose it to the elements and potentially damage it. So the catch 22 there. So what you want to do is get the gen tent. It's you can see in the picture, it latches onto the frame of the generator. It's a canopy like device really that protects the outlets, protects the workings of the generator, the engine, the alternator, all that there. And even at the top, it gives you a latch. You can open it up and refuel as needed, so you don't have to disassemble the tent every time. It's a fiberglass frame. It takes 10, 20 minutes, depending how inclined you are, to latch onto there. And the unit can, or the tent can withstand up to 70 or 80 miles per hour winds. It has a marine grade vinyl to it, so it really allows protect if things are flying by. It's scratch resistant, and it's really just going to be it's kind of protecting your investment. So you can go on our site and type in Gen Tent. You can pull those up. I think they're great. I personally recommend them. And if you have any questions about compatibility, we have a compatibility chart on our website you can find, or you can give us a call and we can definitely help you out to make sure we get something that'll work for you. Final accessory I think I want to touch on, which in my opinion is going to be vital for a lot of people who are in a pinch, is what we call through the wall kits. So you can see the other picture. We have a kit you can buy. It's the picture I'm referring to is the one that shows the generator with the power cord plugged into an outlet, and then through the wall, you can run it through the wall inside to your home, and it has 6 outlets you can plug into. So if you don't have someone that can come in and an electrician install a transfer switch, or really if you're just looking to power some necessity items, you can, again, depending on how inclined you are, you don't need an installer to get this set up for you. You can wire this up. As long as you're using a 240 volt generator, you're going to be able to use all the outlets on that through the wall kit, and you can plug directly in there. So you have the generator, the inlet box outside. You plug those in. And through the wall, you're going to have it's pretty much like a power bar, power strip you see that's used commonly. So I think that's going to be beneficial if you're in a pinch and can't get everything up and running and just want some necessity items. Again, that's something that can be expedited, and obviously we're able to get it out to you in a timely manner, as long as weather permitting. We If you don't have anything as of right now and you're just starting to shop around, we have plenty of these portable generators in inventory ready to ship out next business day, or even potentially same day upon ordering if you were looking to expedite for an extra cost. We have a very responsive sales team. Feel free to subscribe to our channel below, or give us a call at 800 800 3317. Have a great day.